Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It is your girl Kina Befe, and if you are just seeing me for the very first time, you're highly welcome. As you can see, I have someone special with me today. I'm very excited. I have my friend in the house. Let me allow him to introduce himself.
Hello, I'm Dominic.
Dom, I call him Dom International. Okay, so just as you've seen from the title, we don't want to waste so much time. We want to go straight into what we have to talk about today because it's a very sensitive and important topic we want to talk about today. So, yeah, Dom, I'll allow you to just talk about it like an introduction, what the sickness or the ailment is about.
Okay. Sickle cell disease is an hereditary disease. Like you inherit it from both parents, from a mom and then from your dad. And what does is it changes the shape of your red blood cell, which is supposed to look like oval, to be in an oval shape.
Okay.
But when you have sickle cell disease, the shape changes to the moon crest shape. That's like it's become a curve in your body, and you know that the red blood cell carries oxygen to the whole body. So when it becomes like that, it becomes difficult for the red blood cell to carry oxygen to the various parts of your body.
Okay. So yeah, my friend Dom is a warrior. We call them warrior because they fight every day. They are fighting to survive, but we thank God for his life, that he's alive today. We are grateful. Yes, he's a warrior, and I thought of bringing him so we talk about this. Just as he said, this ailment is caused from both parents, that's the mom and the dad. Probably the dad was AS and mom AS, or your mom ASS, or one party SS and the other AS. So any of those, we already know. If you don't know your genotype, right? If you don't know your genotype and you are watching this video, please, after watching this video, go and check your genotype. Many of you are in a relationship, you're about to get married, you're in a serious relationship, and then you don't know your genotype. You're waiting till when you want to get married. Go wrong. So I have some few questions for Dom. Dom, how was it growing up for you? How was it? Like, how was life as a child growing up?
It was not. It wasn't that easy, I would say, because I couldn't play like the rest of the kids. I couldn't allow football. I couldn't play football, and it was hard. I couldn't. I don't go out
So
because
you
of.
can't do strenuous
No, I
things.
can't do any strenuous thing. If I do any strenuous thing right now, I'll fall sick the next day.
But as at then, did you know what was really happening to you?
No, I didn't. I just thought it was just a normal sickness because you get sick and then I can be smiling with you today in the morning, then by evening I'm sick. So I didn't really know what it was until I started going to the hospital.
So when you started realizing what the situation was, what do you think do trigger the ailment? What are some of the things that triggers the ailment?
Okay, that one it when the weather is cold.
Okay.
And you're not well covered unexpectedly. We're in Ghana, I mean Africa. Let's say it can be hot in the morning, then cold in the evening, unexpectedly.
Yes.
Yeah. When the weather changes like that, it will trigger. And when it's very hot, also, it can trigger the crisis.
So whether the weather is hot, too hot, or it's too cold, it will trigger it. And how is the pain like? Like, how do you feel the pain? Because we know that you feel pain, but how's the pain like?
The pain is, it depends. Some of the pain is just like having a headache. Then the whole head is paining you, yeah. And but there are some that it comes like a pulse, like it blows, it pumps as if it's pumped like the heartbeat. The way the
That's
heart
your
beats.
blood.
Yes, that's how you feel the pain. So when you hear the first pump, you feel very sharp pain and very severe. Then when it comes back and pumps again, you feel another sharp pain and very severe. When it happens like that, you can't do anything. So you will have to go to the hospital, rush into the hospital.
So are there, when you go to the hospital, what are the things that they do? Is that they give you painkillers or they put you under some kind of drip to ease the pain, something like
Yeah,
that?
they do. When you get to the hospital, the first thing they do is take your blood and go and do some tests. But they'll
Okay.
give you painkiller injection first. Then they'll put you on a drip.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they just put painkiller and they put you on a drip.
Okay.
And then the test results will also bring out other things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So are there some food that you cannot eat or some food that will trigger the pain? Or are there some food you just avoid because you don't want it to generate pain for you or something like that?
Yes, when I was younger, anytime I ate beans,
Okay.
anytime I ate beans, it triggers my pain. So I reached a time my mom stopped cooking beans. I stopped buying beans. And I was okay. But as time went on and I was more active, it stopped. It depends on the individual. Some people, and if they take in nuts, granite or something, the next day they are not feeling well. Okay, so it depends on the individual.
But now, can you eat beans?
Oh yes, now they are eat beans if you allow beans.
So there's no food that you
No,
cannot
right now
eat
there's
right
no
now.
food I can eat. But
Okay.
when the food is too oily, yes, not good. It's generally not good, but still not good for me.
you.
Yeah, when it's too oily, it's not good at all.
Oh, this is really emotional and it's a lesson for so many people. And I want to know, what do you do when you find yourself in that crisis? Let's say you are alone, you live alone.
Yes.
So how do you manage the crisis when you're alone? Does it come to a point where you cannot even move, like stand up to take yourself to the hospital, and knowing that you are alone? Does it get to that point?
Yes, it does.
So what do you do?
I have friends around because most of my friends know my condition,
Okay.
and I inform them what it is. So the moment I realize I cannot move, the first thing I do is pick my phone and call. Because I have friends who are very close in where I live.
Okay.
And so that's the only thing that helps. If they're very close to you and they know your condition, then the moment I call, they don't ask me questions. No. The moment I call, they bring in a car, they rush and take me to the nearest hospital.
I see. You said you have friends around. What about family? Like, how has family been supportive to you? Like this situation?
Yeah, this condition really gets a toll on the family because you are the only one having it, and because of you, everything have to stop. So it's really hard on the family. But when you get to know what the condition is and how it's affecting your family, it's sometimes hard for you to call them. There are some people that don't still understand it. Some families don't understand. And my family understand it, but I just don't want to be a burden onto them. Yeah. But some people they don't understand it till today. So even if the child calls they complain.
Meanwhile, they're the ones that are causing it, especially the mother and the father.
But they complain. Yeah.
This brings me to my next question. Are you the first child?
Okay, I'm the first for my mom, but I'm the second.
Okay. We have this perception that when we're in secondary school, if you were taught, or when I was in secondary school, there was this drawing we do draw. Okay, you are not to marry. Yes, we all knew that AS is not supposed to marry AS, and then we now drew this pattern. If you are AS and you marry AS, your first child will be AA, your second child will be AS, your third child will be SA. I mean AS. AS. Then your last child, that's your fourth child, that will be SS. But I don't think that really applies to reality, right?
It does not at all.
Because you're even the second child, and you are SS.
Yes.
I've also heard of people that are first child and they are SS. So what do you have to say about that?
That is it's a probability game. But the advice is don't. If you are AS,
don't venture.
And the lady is AS or the guy is AS, please.
Don't venture.
No, you cannot.
No, we are not.
Don't. Okay,
don't.
you don't.
Don't. See, don't. No. See,
There are some
don't
people
tempt
that I
God.
know personally
Yes.
who are AS, and all
Mm.
their children are A. And there are some
Mm.
people too I know who came to give a testimony, like who came to talk to us.
Mm.
They are AS, and all their children are SS. So
Ah,
it's
they
not
are
SAS,
ASAS and
and all
all
their
their
children
kids are
are
SS.
SSs. So it's not like
A
a
particular
particular
pattern that
pattern
it
that it will follow.
follows.
If you are lucky, you get
Mm.
all AA. If you are
Mm.
lucky to, you get some AA, some AS. And if
Okay.
you are lucky, you can get only one SS, the rest will be AA.
AA.
So it's
Oh.
random. So because it's random, is we advise people that if you are AA, the lady is AA, or the guy is AS. Mostly AS. No matter we just advise you don't go into marriage
Don't marry. I am
because you
begging.
don't know what will
You
happen.
don't know. Don't tempt God. Tempt the devil. Don't tempt God. Don't tempt God. Seriously. God that has brought up this knowledge for us to
Yeah.
know, He knows why He brought it up that
Yes.
we should know. See, in those days, most of our parents they were not informed. They didn't know. The technology was not there for them to carry out all those tests. But now we are informed. We don't have any excuse. If you want to date someone, if you want to meet with someone, and you know this person is going to be serious, the first question you should ask that person, one of the first questions you should ask that person is, what's your genotype in your blood group? Let us know. So that if the person is AS, you are AS, please
You don't start it.
don't start. Let emotions, it's
So,
true
yeah,
now.
that is
Because
very
some people, like, you've built a relationship for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, then you now find out
true.
that
The person is not
it's
compatible.
difficult. Emotions are
Yeah.
now involved.
Yeah.
You get. So yeah, Dom, I want to know, how has this condition affected your life generally? Let's first of all talk about your relationship life. When I mean relationship, I mean relationship with friends. I mean relationship with females. Yes, like, how do ladies perceive you when you go to them and tell them, oh, I want to be in a relationship with you, but this is my condition. How do they take it?
Okay, let me go with relationship with friends.
Okay.
Because with friends, I don't have a lot of friends. That's the
Okay.
truth. I'm very picky when it comes to my friends because of what I've gone through.
Mm.
So with my friends, I think I go to friends who understand that there are some things about people that affect them and do not tease you.
Yes.
There are some people who do always tease you, but there are
Have you
others.
experienced people like that?
Oh yes, I have.
That will tease you.
Yeah, I have friends. When I was in secondary school, there was this guy who was in the same house, in a boarding house.
Mm.
Okay, so you can imagine. I don't sweep, I don't get up clean, I don't do the scrubbing.
Yes.
There was this guy. When there's something happening, you just go, oh, don't mind this guy. He's a sickle cell person. He will die very soon.
Oh.
Yeah. he keeps saying that one day after secondary school, I was coming home in the evening and I passed by a spot to buy malt, and I met him. When he saw me, he said, hey, you're not dead yet.
That's after secondary school. That
school.
he must have been matured by then.
Yes. He asked me, hey, so I'm not dead yet. I just looked at him, I just shook my head. I didn't say anything, I just walked. I didn't mean, he wanted to talk, but I just didn't talk. I just bought my drink and I left.
Wow.
Yeah, there are people who do that.
Wow.
When he said that, I was surprised because I wasn't expecting
You
him to die.
weren't expecting that from him.
From me, but it happens.
So, but your friends have been supportive.
Very, very supportive. Like the friends that I have now, very, very supportive. Very supportive. There's no day that I don't get a checkup from any of them. Yeah. They always call, check up. Are you okay today? Is everything okay today? Do you need anything? Like, because of that, I know that, okay, I know if there's anything, I can rely on them.
Yes.
And don't go out there and tell people that, no, this guy is this. No, you don't. So even when I'm with them, nobody knows that I have it. Unless something happens and then they'll say, okay, this guy has, so he cannot do this.
Yes. So what about females?
With the females, I developed this habit of telling them the moment I get interest.
Okay.
Yes, I can chat with. But the moment I'm interested, I just come in and say, okay, hi, I'm this. First we'll talk I'll get to know you. Then later I'll say, oh, um, do you know your genotype? That's the first question I
You
ask.
ask.
And I ask, oh, what is it? And I say, oh, okay, to know if you are AS or SS. And so some of them say it. And lucky for me, all the ladies I've met
Yeah, AA.
are all AA. I've not met a lady who is AS.
Okay.
So
So
that is
do
how-
they receive you
Yeah,
like,
they
or
do.
do they just restrain themselves, knowing that,
Oh,
I don't want
no.
to marry someone with SS,
Oh
so they just,
no.
you've not experienced
I've
something
not
like
experienced. I think because I'm the only boy and
Mhm.
I've lived among the
Women,
ladies in the
okay.
house, so I know how
to relate
to
with
relate
them.
with them. So because of that, I've not really had any rejection.
I think it also depends on the kind of women that you meet. They are
Yes.
good kind of, in fact, kudos to all of you. They are good kind of women. I believe that right now there are some women that if you go to them, they'll tell you,
Yes.
like, even if they don't tell you outright,
Right, yes.
they will give you attitude. They will just want to stay away from you and
Yes.
all of that. But it is normal if a relationship does not work out just naturally. Let it not be that because this person
Yes.
is SS and I'm AA and I don't want to be with someone that is SS. Definitely, it's only ladies with AA
Yes.
that are AAs that
Yes,
you can get married to.
You can't marry any other person.
So currently, are you in a relationship?
No, currently not.
Okay. Did you hear that? Marriage bell will be ringing very soon. I'll tell you guys when John is getting married. So if you are interested, let me know. Let me know in the comment section. We'll talk. Okay. He's a very nice guy. Okay. So yeah, we've talked about your friends. We've talked about females in your
Yeah.
life. Now let's talk about your work life. Like, how has this, because you can just
It's
fall
toxic,
ill,
yeah.
and working with some employers, they will not want to work with someone that's okay, you cannot be at work every time. Anytime they need you, you are not there. So how has your work life been? How has it affected your work life?
Wow, that's very good. uh, Let me use my the first place I worked with. I worked as an IT officer at a company, advertising company.
Okay.
And when I got in and I went to the interview, and I told the boss that I have sickle cell disease, I'm SS. First, he was about to say, oh, okay. After the interview, everything went on. Later, they called me, they have got the job. Because me, I thought maybe
will not give you the job.
I got a job. And even though they know that yes, sometimes I'll miss work and all that, So he was patient. My first boss was patient, very patient with me. And I remember one time I was sick, I was in the house. And then he needed some password code. I was asleep. When he called, I pick up. All I remember was I talked to him, but I don't remember what I said.
You said.
But when I went to the office, he just said thank you for giving me the password. And I said, I don't remember giving you a password. And he said, was I asleep? I said yes. And I said, and he gave me the whole password, everything correctly, and he didn't have any issues. I said, I don't remember. So since then, he realized that I know what I'm doing, but just that sometimes the weather changes, it will cause me not to come. Yeah. So when I left that place, I went to teach, and with the teaching, I felt guilty because there are days I won't be there to teach the kids. So I felt bad that I cannot be there all the time teaching. When I'm not well, I don't come to class. I don't come to the school. So it was giving me this kind of feeling bad that I'm not going to impart into the kids. So they moved me from classroom to administration, IT. So that was what made me feel okay. So that one too, they did well. But there was some rule that later I went to explain to them. They changed. They said that if you miss a certain number of days, you'll subtracted from your salary.
Okay.
Yeah, so I spoke with them and explained the whole situation to them, and then I was exempted. I was exempted. So yeah, working there too was good. They were supportive. The teachers, they were supportive. The school also was supportive.
So you've not really experienced a work environment where your employer was not nice to you? Oh,
no.
That's good.
No,
seriously, I'm happy to hear that.
No, I've never experienced.
I'm happy to hear that, because the fact that you are a warrior does not mean that you don't have anything to bring to the table.
Yeah.
Yes, that's just an element you can cope with them and know how to manage situations with
Yeah,
them,
that is
right?
it. Being sickle cell warrior is not easy.
Mm.
I, to me, when I was growing up, the things I was going through, I thought it was hard. But later, when I joined associations, groups,
Okay.
I got to realize that I had it easy.
Hmm.
Others had it worse, you know.
Wow.
And it's even surprised me some of the things I heard from some other warriors. And I was like, how can this happen? So I
Hmm.
realized that okay, everybody and their understanding of the disease. And I always thank God that at least my dad was a soldier, so I was going to a military hospital, and with
Okay.
that one, they had fair more understanding of
Of
it.
the
Yes, so
yeah
they were taking care of military kids who also had this
had that
disease.
issue.
So I mean, I had it. So let me use that word. I had it easy
Hmm.
because others they go to herbalists before
Hmm.
even you go to the hospital.
Hmm.
So that was also caused a lot of issues.
But what, was there at any point that you lost your self confidence? Like you could not really relate with, maybe as a kid, you couldn't really relate with other kids. You felt there was something you were
Yeah.
different from others. Did you feel
Yes,
that way
I
at any
did.
point?
I did. It reached a time even my dad was begging me to go out.
Wow.
Yeah, I did. I didn't want because of that. I didn't even want to hang out with my friends. Like when they call me, oh no, let's go to this place. Let's go and hang out. I'll just say no, and I'll be indoors.
Mm.
So I think my dad realized that I don't go out. I don't go out. I'm always inside.
Mm.
So he became worried. Then he started pushing me. Go, just go out, go and have fun. And I remember one day I told him that, what if I go and I come back and I fall sick? I don't want to fall sick.
Yeah.
So if he really felt bad about that. So since then, once in a while he would just take me out. Like he would take me out. We'll go and sit down and chat. Then he'll bring me back.
The last question, but not the least, I would like to ask is, how did your parents take this? You know, just like you said, your dad
Yeah.
was a soldier, so he was educated. He knew what you were going through. How did they take this? Could you feel the pain in their eyes, like
Yeah.
sad, like
Yeah.
they had to put you through this?
Yeah.
You feel it?
Yeah, I do, especially with my dad because
Mm.
with him, he felt, isn't I'm not the first in my father's family to have sickles.
Okay.
He have
Okay.
seen it before,
Okay.
so really felt
Okay.
he really felt the pain more.
Mm.
So anytime I'm sick, I'm in pain, I can see that it really hurts him. He gets home a little distorted in some of the things he do. Because I realized that he felt guilty for it, but later I realized that it wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
If he had known,
they wouldn't have.
yeah. And besides, I was the only one who had it. My
Mhm.
sisters,
Others.
nobody had it. You get it? So it's one of those things.
No, it's really a great opportunity to have you on my channel to talk about something very sensitive and personal. And I really do appreciate. Before we end this video, I would want you to say something to young people or children or grown-ups out there that have this disease. I also want you to say something to people that have not given birth. They are in a relationship, they are about to, go in. Talk to them, tell them something, and also talk to parents that maybe they've made this mistake before and maybe they feel the guilt and all of that. Just say your last words
Okay.
to them.
To also warriors, it's not easy. I know how it is. I've also experienced the pain. I've experienced the discrimination from friends and even from the hospitals and the nurses sometimes behave that way. It's don't feel bad too much because if you understand your condition is the best. If you know what it is and you understand your condition very well, you go to the hospital. You can even tell them what you need.
Yeah.
So, and if they don't listen to you, you report to them. That's the best advice. And always ask questions when you go to the hospital. Any medicine they're giving to you, ask. Ask the doctor, the doctor especially, what is it for? What does it do to your body? All this will help you get more information so that even if without a doctor being present, you can direct a big nurse to help you with treatment. And with the parents, um, some of you knew, yes, but you're trying to play Russian roulette with it. But
We forgive you.
yeah, but it's understandable from what I've learned and what I understand. Yes, love is stronger than what you think. It's hard to lose somebody
Someone
that
that
you've invested so much in, and at the end, both of you have agreed to take a journey, and all of a sudden, this is the only thing that's preventing you from it. But you still go into it anyway. Yeah, it's understandable. But always remember that when you go in, if you choose to go into it anyway, you have to have money. That's the first. That's the first truth for the kids. You have to have money, and you have to have patience, because you won't sleep at night. The child will cry throughout. You won't sleep at night. You won't be able to. When you're working, so a few minutes they'll call you from go to the school. You go to the school and go and pick the child to the hospital. You take it will affect your work life. It will affect your social life. It will even affect your relationship with your partner. So before you make those decisions, think about it that way. Yeah, think about that way. Because if you don't and you go in straight away, you end up people get divorced because of this. So please think about it. Both of you have to agree to go through all this pain with your child before. And if you're not lucky, you lose a child also. So best is don't just, if you know you can't, don't go into it. Yeah, don't go into it. And to the young, if you are getting, the moment you start a relationship, just know your genotype. Just go and know your genotype. Even in secondary school, they do the test. University, they do a test. Do it yourself. Get to know it. Because if you are AA, you are safe. Because if you are AA, you can marry anybody. Whether the person is AS or SS. So far as you love the person, you want to be with the person, you can marry the person. And it's not easy staying with an SS person, so you also have to learn about it and help them cope with it. Now you have a very nice relationship. But if you're not AA, you're AS, just be careful. Very careful. And if you're SS, you already know yourself. You know you cannot marry anybody else except AA. So that is it. You can't you
nothing you
can do about it. So if the person is AA, don't even think twice, no matter how beautiful or handsome the person is, no matter how rich or famous the person is, don't. Because money can disappear. SS can drain your money away. So don't. For that one, they don't. So this is my only advice I can have for you guys now.
Dom, thank you so much for coming. I
thank you
really
for
do
having me.
appreciate. I pray and I hope that things will become better for you. Yes, you might be SS, but you're greater than that. The fact that you're alive till today is for a reason. So many people with your condition, they didn't even pass through a little bit of what you passed through. They've gone, but you're alive. We thank God. We thank God, and we are grateful to God. So don't lose hope. Anything you want to do, you can still achieve anything you want to do. Any height you want to go, you can get there. And thank God for the beautiful people you have around you. They are there to hold your hands, we move together, and the sky is a starting point. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this discussion. It was a very sensitive one, an educative one. So if you're watching, just as I said earlier, and you've not checked your genotype, please go and do that. Don't allow love to blind you. If you have people with SS around you, your school, your workplace, the church, please show them love. They need more of your love. Stop the discrimination. Show them care, show them attention, call them, check up on them. You might never know, the day you're calling them, you are just saving them from something. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for watching. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you've not subscribed yet. Turn on the bell notification so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. Put in the comment section if you've had any experience with sickle cell warriors. Let us know in the comment section some tips so that people can learn from it. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and until we meet next time, don't forget to always smile, because you're beautiful when you do. Bye.